All right, welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive?
Always ready.
Awesome. I've been looking forward to this one. Today, we're going to be doing something a little different. We're diving into the world of YouTube, but not in the way you might think.
Yeah, we're not watching videos this time.
Exactly. We're actually going to be looking at a transcript. And it's not just any transcript. It's from part 2 of a video called Best Feature Verses by Mingo. It's on a channel called Always the More, for those who want to check it out later. But the thing is, this transcript, it's fascinatingly unconventional.
Definitely not your typical essay format.
Right. No periods, no commas, no traditional sentence structure, just raw lyrics, straight from the artist's mind.
It really reflects the way rap prioritizes flow and rhythm. It's about how the words sound, how they hit you, not necessarily about perfect grammar.
And that definitely comes through in this excerpt. Like, right off the bat, there's this line. Mohammed's name did a sale ATM, my own name. That's what I claim. It's powerful. But what's he actually saying there?
There's a lot packed into that line. On one level, you have Muhammad, a figure of deep spiritual respect. Then you have the ATM, representing material success, the hustle. And by putting them together, it's almost like he's saying that achieving financial success is, for him, like a spiritual calling, claiming your name, making your mark on the world.
It's like he's elevating the idea of making money, turning it into something bigger. And that ties into this concrete jungle image that keeps coming up. It's harsh, unforgiving, but then he throws in words like openness and rumble. How do you interpret those in this context?
Well, the concrete jungle can feel very limiting, right? You're surrounded by concrete, by restrictions. So the desire for openness suggests a yearning for something more, for freedom, for growth beyond those limitations.
And rumble.
Yeah, rumble could be the struggle itself. It's the fight to break free from those restrictions, to find that openness, to create change, even when everything around you feels static and unyielding.
I can see that. It's like he's acknowledging the harsh reality, but refusing to accept it as his destiny. Then the lyrics take a turn. We get these incredibly vivid, almost cinematic images. Models in bottles, backdoor for the condoms, throwing eyes like a javelin. It's raw, unfiltered, almost like a snapshot of a very specific world.
It definitely feels like a glimpse into a particular lifestyle, perhaps even a subculture. It's presented without any sugarcoating, just straight up observation.
And it makes you wonder, who are these people? What are their stories? But then the tone shifts again. We get lines like knife in my Nikes and cracking chicks. Definitely a more aggressive vibe there.
True, and it's important to remember that rap often incorporates bravado, a kind of exaggerated toughness. Those lines might be more about projecting a certain image than depicting actual violence.
It's about understanding the language of the streets, the codes and posturing that come with it. Then he throws in these intriguing lines. Fingerprints, know your birthday without Facebook, and royal flush. What do you make of those?
Those lines speak to a different kind of knowledge, don't they? Street smarts. It's not book learning. It's about real-world experience, connections, knowing how to navigate the streets. The royal flush could be a metaphor for taking calculated risks, knowing when to play your hand.
It's like he's saying, look, I've got a different kind of intelligence, a different set of skills that are just as valuable in this environment. And then, bam, we get hit with this incredibly powerful line. Had to be a father to my brothers, not knowing what it's like to be a son, just his child. It's raw, it's vulnerable.
Totally. It reveals a whole other layer to the artist. We see a sense of responsibility, a deep love for his brothers, even though he's had to figure it out on his own.
It's like he stepped into that father role out of necessity, even though he's still figuring things out himself. There's a kind of tragic beauty in that. It's amazing how much complexity and depth we've uncovered in just a few lines of this transcript.
It really is. And it shows how rap can be so much more than just music. It's poetry, it's social commentary, it's a window into the artist's soul. Even without traditional punctuation or grammar, it can be incredibly powerful and thought-provoking.
It makes you realize that sometimes the most unconventional forms of expression can be the most insightful. And it leaves us with a question. How does the absence of traditional structure impact the way we interpret these lyrics? Something to ponder, folks. Until next time.